Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha, a Freilich and Sukkot, a good Yontiv, where, as the Rebbe says, that during the days of Sukkot, every day we are Maila B'Kodesh in the Indian of Simcha. So Zman Simcha Seinu every day increases more and more. Simchas Beis HaShe'eva. And now towards the end of the Yontiv, Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah, is as it's brought in the Sichos, that what you could accomplish, God G'dolos v'neflois, from the Simcha of the 2 days of Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah. In the halacha perspective of Simchas Torah, we know that we do certain things at Simchas Torah, especially different minhagim, different places, different communities, that throughout the year is definitely, we could call it questionable al pi halacha. Somehow there is leeway, being that it's Simchas Torah. And I'm going to speak about a couple of them just to show this idea how powerful a minig Yisrael is, and how powerful the fact that the Yidden are doing it midoidei doides. And somehow it even could be it didn't originally start that way, but once it became a minig Yisrael, minig mivatel din, even a minig could overpower a question al pi din. The simcha in general, there is the classical question of the dancing and clapping your hands, which this is a general question on Hilchos Shabbos and Hilchos Yom Tov, Shemi Yisakin Klei Shir. But we know already that Chasidim in general allow themselves this privilege of the Simcha Yisera, Simcha Shel Mitzvah. There's a whole tshuva from the Minchas Elazar about this, why we dance and we're freilach on a regular Shabbos, even though there's questions al pi halacha. But the extra, additional issues that come about on Simchas Torah. Now, we know that on Simchas Torah, one of the highlights is Chasen Bereishis, Chasen Torah, and Chasen Bereishis. The excitement of Chasen Torah is that you're making a siyum, you're Messiahim Kol Torah Kula. The excitement of Chasen Bereishis is that you're starting anew, that we're not satisfied that we went around the cycle, we finished the cycle, completed it. No, actually we grow further and we start new. The Kriyas HaTorah of Chasen Torah, actually it says in some Svarim that the title Chasen Torah, there is really no source for that. Chasan, titling a person a Chasen when he completes the Torah. Some believe that originally it was chasam with a mem, completing, closing the final chapter of the Torah. And it was misinterpreted until it became to chasan Torah. That's some svarim right that. The fact that you read Parshas V'zoisa Bracha and Simchas Torah, fine, that's the celebration of the day, and that's what we're supposed to read. But the fact that we go ahead and read Parshas Bereishis as Chasen Bereishis, that's a big chiddush al pi halacha. First of all, take, for example, this year. Friday we'll be reading Bereishis. Shabbos, a day later, we'll be reading the whole Bereishis again. On a typical Yom Tov, on the Yom Tov, the Kriyas HaTorah of the Yom Tov, we read about the day. Not the regular Parshas HaShavua. Here is the exception to the rule, that on the Yom Tov, we don't mention anything about the day, about the excitement of the day. It's a regular Parshas HaShavua. One halachic leeway that we find. We also find that people, as I mentioned before, the simcha of Simchas HaTorah, some people need the extra motivation, the extra thing to energize them to become freilich. So they allow themselves to drink a little more than they usually drink. And drinking is a real big parsha. The Rambam says, Kol ha-mishtaker nikrei chaytei. And yet over here, there's an exception to the rule on Purim, Chayav Adam L'Psuma B'Puria. Yet we find that even the ones who are very makbid drinking throughout the year, on Simchas Torah, where you need that extra, you want to have the freilichkeit, and if you only need that, then they allow themselves that privilege on Simchas Torah. Of Simchas Torah, shatis nicht. Another halachic discussion which is brought in Svarim is, it's a custom in many places that many of the zechusim on Yom Tov are sold or auctioned. to make an auction to discuss money matters, even with tzorech mitzvah, it's borderline. I mean, of course, the tzorech mitzvah, the chashas, the doubts of it might lead to writing, etc. There's much less. We allow it sometimes, but it's so public. This like public auction. Halachically, it's a discussion. Yet, specifically on Simchas Torah, it became a custom that you make public auctions and people challenge each other, people outbid each other, and yet it's very much accepted. In certain places, the custom is that the Chassan Torah, Chassan Bereshis, because he reached this high level and he completed the Torah, he started the Torah, we give him so much honor that they even place the crown of the Torah on his head. Now, a lot of places have that custom, many don't. But to do that, to take a chefet shel kedusha, a keser Torah, and place in one's head, is a yerida in the kedusha. Yet that's something that some communities allow themselves to do. One of the famous ones we know is due to the fact that on Simchas Torah, you might be a little tipsy. Typically, Birchas Kainim, in the text of the davening, is set up to be in Musaf. Over here, we swap it. We make Birchas Kainim in Shachris, so there shouldn't be a Chash Shichrus. It shouldn't be a problem. Perhaps the Kainim are a little tipsy from the drinking. So we see that Simcha, the excitement of the day, plays such role in the halachic matters of the Yom Tiv, that whereas usually din means letter of the law. Din also means might, toughness. That's in control. On the day of Simchas Torah, the days of Shmini Atzeret, Simchas Torah, minig is in control. Minhagim is mevatel adin, overpowers a din. The Eibusha Shataka give that it should be as man Simchaseinu, and all the fulfillment of all our minhagim on these Yom Tovim should be mevatel any dinim and should lead to the ultimate simcha of Simchas Olam Al Reisham.